The Stoics, an ancient philosophical school, believed that true strength comes not from controlling external events, but from mastering our own emotions. In today's fast-paced world, their insights are more relevant than ever. Have you ever felt emotionally drained after dealing with negativity from others? Toxic people can affect our mental health, leaving us frustrated and overwhelmed. But what if there were practical ways to manage these situations? In this video, we'll explore 13 Stoic-inspired strategies that will help you handle toxic people with calmness, compassion, and resilience. Join me as we dive into these techniques to protect your emotional well-being. Subscribe to the channel for more insights on building mental strength. By the end of the video, you'll have a toolkit of Stoic wisdom to navigate difficult interactions with confidence. So, take a deep breath and let's get started. Number 1. Recognizing and understanding the toxic threat. Imagine yourself as the guardian of your own personal citadel, where your inner peace, physical well-being, and emotional safety reside. Awareness is your primary defense in safeguarding this fortress. Just as a vigilant guard must spot potential threats, you need to identify the signs that a toxic individual is approaching. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who valued reason and self-control, reminds us in his Enchiridion that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgment of those events. This advice is crucial when dealing with toxic people. Their negative behaviors and manipulative actions do not have inherent power over you. Instead, it's your emotional response and perception of their behavior that influences how it affects your inner peace. Mastering the Stoic perspective, approaching situations with calmness and objectivity, is essential for success. Recognizing toxic behavior is a crucial part of this process. Here are some key warning signs. Constant criticism. Toxic individuals frequently find fault with you, your actions, or your decisions. Whether their criticism is direct or subtle, it often leaves you feeling discouraged and unsure of yourself. Manipulative tactics. Toxic people often use deceptive methods to manipulate others. They may employ flattery, guilt, or even threats to control your behavior. Thriving on negativity. Toxic individuals seem to thrive on negativity. They constantly complain, spread pessimism, and focus on the worst aspects of their concerns. Be aware of these common toxic personalities. The narcissist. This person constantly seeks admiration and approval. They may seem charming initially, but their interactions tend to be self-centered, leaving you emotionally drained. The gossip. This individual thrives on creating social chaos by spreading rumors, causing trouble, and enjoying the discord they create among others. The energy vampire. True to their name, these individuals drain your energy. Interacting with them often leaves you feeling mentally and emotionally exhausted. By understanding these toxic behaviors and personalities, you can better anticipate and prepare for potential threats to your inner peace. Just as a Roman Stoic philosopher like Seneca would strategize to confront adversaries on the battlefield, you can use this awareness to protect your emotional well-being from harmful influences. Number 2. Become uninteresting to the emotional barbarian. Imagine a ferocious emotional barbarian driven by pessimism and seeking dramatic conflict. Some toxic individuals behave this way. They crave attention and feed off your emotional responses, with their negativity thriving on your reactions. They constantly provoke, hoping to ignite a spark of anger or hurt that will fuel their hostility. Inspired by Stoic principles of emotional regulation and indifference to external stimuli, the grey rock method emerges as a powerful tool in this scenario. Developed by therapist Paul Friedman, this technique involves becoming emotionally less reactive. It's not about completely shutting down. Rather, it's about presenting a neutral, unyielding surface, like a smooth grey rock that offers no footholds for negativity to cling to. To understand this approach better, consider the wisdom of Seneca, a renowned Roman Stoic philosopher. Seneca teaches that true happiness lies in enjoying the present moment without anxious dependence on the future. This advice underscores the importance of reducing our need for attention. Toxic individuals often seek attention, whether positive or negative. By employing the grey rock method, you deny them the emotional response they crave. Amidst the chaos they try to create, you become as uninteresting as a dull rock. Neutral responses act as your shield against their attempts to provoke you. The grey rock method involves responding to negative statements with deliberately neutral and factual replies. It's crucial to avoid engaging in emotional disputes or justifications. For instance, if a toxic friend insults your work, you can deflect their attack by saying, "That's interesting," without offering any additional fuel for their negativity. Toxic individuals often try to manipulate your emotions, so it's important to resist getting drawn into their emotional whirlwind. They might use sarcasm, guilt trips, or outright hostility. In such situations, the key is to maintain your composure and respond factually, steering clear of their drama. Remember the Stoic wisdom of Seneca, who teaches that true happiness comes from not being swayed by hopes or fears. Do not give them the emotional power they seek. While the grey rock method is a powerful tool, it is not a magical solution. Some toxic personalities may initially escalate their behavior, testing your emotional resilience. Stay calm and consistent, and remember that their negativity is not your fault. By applying this Stoic-inspired method, you can transform from a passive victim of their emotional antics into an unflappable observer, thereby protecting your inner calm and emotional well-being. Number 3. Fortify your walls. Imagine yourself as Marcus Aurelius, the esteemed Stoic emperor of Rome. To govern an expansive empire, he needed power, wisdom, and steadfast resolve. Similarly, fortifying the walls of your own inner citadel, your emotional well-being, requires these same qualities. The boundaries you set are the foundation of this citadel. When facing toxic individuals, boundaries are the clear lines you draw to define your limits. They establish what behavior you will and will not accept. Just as a ruler would protect their domain from intruders, you must guard your emotional space from toxic influences. Stoic philosophy underscores the importance of reason and self-control in this process. Begin by identifying what drains your energy or violates your sense of self. Is it a friend's relentless negativity, a co-worker's manipulative tactics, or a family member's intrusive advice? Be honest with yourself about what behaviors you will not tolerate. After defining these boundaries, communicate them clearly and assertively. Channel your inner Marcus Aurelius to be firm yet fair. To ensure effective communication, consider these strategies. Reflect on your feelings. Use I statements to express your emotions without placing blame. Instead of saying, "You are always so negative," try saying, "I feel drained when you focus on negative things." Be specific. Clearly articulate your needs to avoid misunderstandings. Instead of saying, "I need some space," say, "I can't talk right now, but I'd be happy to catch up later this week." Be firm but kind. Assert your boundaries with confidence, but avoid hostility. Be clear and self-assured without being aggressive. Establishing boundaries is an ongoing process. Just as a Stoic ruler must remain vigilant against threats, You need to be consistent in enforcing your boundaries. An unstable boundary is easily breached. If a toxic individual ignores your limits, calmly remind them of your boundaries. In some cases, it might be necessary to reduce or end your interactions with them. Remember, setting boundaries is about protecting yourself, not punishing others. The Stoics, who avoided the vice of envy and its toxic effects, understood the importance of safeguarding one's own well-being. By setting boundaries, you are not acting selfishly. You are creating a space where you can maintain your inner peace. A strong citadel with well-defined boundaries is crucial for a Stoic journey toward a life of tranquility. Number 4. Don't take the bait. Picture a skilled angler casting a line baited with negative thoughts, aiming to draw you into a whirlpool of emotional drama. They use provocations, insults, or guilt trips, hoping to provoke a reaction that will fuel their drama and sustain their negativity. This is a common tactic among toxic individuals. However, Stoic philosophy offers a powerful defense: indifference. This should not be confused with apathy. It refers to maintaining emotional detachment from the provocations. Stoics, including philosophers like Epictetus, distinguished between apathy and indifference. Apathy is characterized by a lack of concern and a state of emotional numbness. In contrast, indifference involves a deliberate disconnection from the unpleasant feelings and judgments that cloud our reasoning. This distinction is crucial when dealing with toxic people. Here's how Stoic indifference can help you avoid falling for their dramatic bait. Be aware of the strategy. The first step is to recognize the manipulative tactics being employed. Identify the signals that a toxic individual is trying to provoke you. Is it a sarcastic comment, a veiled insult, or a guilt trip disguised as a suggestion? Once you can identify these tactics, you have already neutralized their impact to some extent. The bait is designed to provoke emotions such as anger, irritation, or defensiveness. By choosing Stoic indifference, you can avoid becoming emotionally entangled in the negative aspects of the situation. Imagine a situation where you are faced with bait designed to provoke you, but you remain unfazed. You observe it with calm detachment, unaffected by its power to incite anger. As a result, the drama begins to dissipate. By not reacting to their negative comments, you diminish the control they have over you. Without your emotional response, the drama they attempt to create cannot sustain itself. Their harsh remarks linger without impact, eventually losing their potency. This does not mean you must become a cold, unfeeling entity. Stoicism encourages the expression of positive emotions while emphasizing the importance of detaching from negative emotions beyond your control. Instead of being a passive participant in their drama, you become a serene observer by practicing Stoic indifference. This approach demonstrates that you refuse to engage in their emotional games. Your own inner tranquility remains intact, a sanctuary untouched by the turbulence that others try to create. Number 5. The broken record technique. Picture yourself enduring a relentless barrage of manipulation, with a toxic individual continuously chipping away at your boundaries through deceitful arguments and emotional tricks. Facing such an ongoing assault can be emotionally draining and unpleasant. However, there is no need to worry. Drawing inspiration from Stoic principles of unwavering reason and perseverance, the broken record technique emerges as a powerful defense. The broken record technique is a strategy designed to counter deceptive tactics. It involves consistently repeating a clear statement about your position, much like a broken record that keeps repeating the same unchanging message. Though seemingly simple, This method can be highly effective in resisting attempts to divert you and maintaining a strong focus on your needs. To delve deeper into this technique, we can turn to the wisdom of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. His teaching that freedom is the only good highlights the importance of perseverance. This freedom includes the ability to set your own boundaries and to say no without needing to provide an explanation. The broken record technique embodies this principle by allowing you to demonstrate your firm resolve and prevent the manipulator from steering you off course through calm and consistent repetition of your stance. Manipulators often employ emotional tactics to gain control. They might use flattery, guilt trips, or even rage to pressure you into complying with their desires. The broken record technique helps you defend against these emotional attacks. By focusing on consistently repeating a factual statement of your position, you can fend off their attempts to sway your emotions and keep the discussion rooted in reason. The repeated assertion of your stance can be deeply unsettling for a manipulator. This repetition serves as a defense mechanism, disrupting their conversational flow, unbalancing them, and exposing the weakness of their arguments. Imagine a powerful wave crashing against a solid rock. The rock remains unmoved while the wave eventually fades away. The broken record technique, contrary to common belief, does not involve confrontation. It is crucial to maintain a steady focus on your position and enforce your boundaries calmly. Stoicism emphasizes reason and logic as the primary tools for addressing life's challenges. By applying this method, you empower yourself to resist manipulation and protect your inner peace with unwavering resolve. Number 6. Limit your exposure. Envision yourself within your fortified citadel, where your mental well-being is meticulously protected by strict boundaries. However, even the most resilient walls cannot entirely shield you from external threats. Toxic individuals, much like persistent intruders, may still attempt to breach your defenses. This is where the Stoic principle of controlling what you can control becomes crucial. While you cannot control the actions of toxic people, you can manage the amount of time you spend with them. A key aspect of this strategy is to minimize your interactions with toxic individuals. When possible, create physical distance between yourself and them. Can you avoid them altogether? Perhaps you can reschedule a lunch or excuse yourself from discussions that are draining. Remember, this approach is not about being rude, it is about self-preservation. Just as a Stoic leader would avoid unnecessary conflicts, you should avoid unnecessary negativity. Yet, complete avoidance may not always be possible. Toxic people might be colleagues, family members, or close friends. In such cases, establishing emotional distance is essential. Here's how you can achieve this. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, said, "Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one another." This quote underscores the importance of mental detachment. It means understanding the negativity of others without letting it affect your own attitude. Practice mental detachment by observing their behavior objectively without becoming emotionally entangled. Cognitive reframing. Toxic individuals often seek to manipulate your emotions through negativity. Cognitive reframing, a technique deeply rooted in Stoic principles, can be particularly effective in countering this. By transforming their pessimism into an objective observation, you can avoid being dragged down by their negativity. For instance, if a coworker is persistently complaining, you might reframe the situation as, "They seem to be having a rough day," rather than letting their negativity impact your own mood. Toxic people thrive on spreading negativity, so it is crucial to focus on the positive aspects of your life. Do not allow them to diminish your happiness. Make a deliberate effort to concentrate on the positive elements of your life, such as your personal interests, meaningful work, and supportive friends. Let these positive aspects act as a protective shield for your emotional well-being, a refuge from the negativity they bring. There is no cowardice in limiting your exposure, both physically and emotionally. Protecting your inner peace and practicing self-care are essential. Stoics emphasize leading a moral and rational life. By reducing your interactions with negative individuals and situations, you create space to cultivate a rich and flourishing inner life. Envision your fortress surrounded by a large moat that not only serves as a physical barrier, but also as an emotional safeguard, defending your peace from the encroaching negativity of toxic individuals. Number 7. The art of non-reaction. Imagine encountering someone who excels at verbal combat, an expert in insults and barbs who thrives on the heated exchange of arguments. Such toxic individuals often seek to use words as weapons, aiming to provoke anger, humiliate you, and draw you into their emotional turmoil. Here is a Stoic strategy that is both effective and often underutilized: the art of non-reaction. When employed deliberately, silence can be a powerful counter to a verbal assault, disrupting the dynamic they seek to establish. It disarms them. Achieving profound silence, however, is not always easy. We are often conditioned to feel a strong urge to respond, defend ourselves, or win the argument. Stoicism, however, emphasizes the importance of mastering our reactions, with maintaining calmness at the right moment reflecting true control. To grasp the power of non-reaction more clearly, consider the writings of Marcus Aurelius, the renowned Roman Stoic emperor. Disrupting the toxic dance. Toxic individuals often follow a predictable pattern. Their tone is consistently negative, and they anticipate a response from you. When you react with anger, annoyance, or defensiveness, you fuel their negativity and perpetuate the toxic interaction. By choosing not to react, you disrupt this pattern. Your silence denies them the emotional reaction they seek. Imagine a tennis player serving towards an empty court. The powerful serve lands with a thud, followed by complete silence. From this perspective, silence is not empty. It serves as a form of communication that conveys meaning without words. It demonstrates a high level of self-control and a refusal to engage in their negative behavior. The message you send is one of strength and detachment from their attempts at emotional manipulation. Marcus Aurelius advised us to waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Your silence exemplifies the qualities of a good Stoic. It reflects calmness, reasonableness, and immunity to external provocations. Prepare for escalation. When employing non-reaction, it is crucial to approach it strategically. Initially, a toxic person may escalate their efforts by launching additional verbal attacks to provoke a response. Maintain your composure and remain steadfast in your silence. Remember, silence is not a sign of weakness. It is a powerful tool wielded by those who are genuinely strong. Non-reaction may not be applicable in every situation, but it is an important weapon in your Stoic toolkit. When used strategically, it can disarm toxic individuals, protect your inner peace, and demonstrate your control over your emotions. By choosing silence, you make a powerful statement by opting out of their game and maintaining your own equilibrium. Number 8. Prioritize self-care. Interacting with toxic individuals can feel like enduring an unrelenting assault in battle. It depletes your emotional energy and can leave you feeling utterly exhausted. To defend yourself against negativity, self-care becomes crucial. much like a Stoic warrior would prioritize tending to their wounds and sharpening their blade after a fierce battle. Embracing self-care should be a core aspect of your Stoic lifestyle. Integrate it into your daily routine as a fundamental practice and view it as an investment in your mental well-being. Schedule it alongside other essential tasks to ensure its importance, to replenish your emotional reserves and bolster your resilience against negativity. Consider these self-care practices. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Identify the activities that genuinely bring you happiness and relaxation. These could include physical exercises like running or yoga, or creative pursuits such as painting or writing. Immersing yourself in these activities helps to de-stress, recharge your emotional batteries, and return to your challenges with renewed energy and a fresh perspective. Practice meditation and mindfulness. The Stoics engaged in mindfulness practices akin to meditation. By incorporating meditation into your self-care routine, you can calm your mind, distance yourself from negative thoughts, and cultivate inner peace. Regular meditation provides a valuable tool for managing stress and countering negativity, whether it stems from within yourself or from toxic individuals around you. Seek solace in nature. The Stoics emphasized the importance of living in harmony with the natural world. Immersing yourself in natural environments, whether it's a leisurely walk in a park or a vigorous hike through the woods, can profoundly impact your overall well-being. To reduce stress, uplift your mood, and gain perspective to counteract negativity from toxic individuals, integrating time in nature into your routine can serve as effective preventative maintenance for your emotional health. Consider self-care as a practice of nurturing your well-being. Just as a Stoic warrior would attend to their armor and weaponry, ensuring they are in optimal condition, you should focus on maintaining your emotional resilience through self-care techniques. Listen to the signals. Your body sends you. Your body continuously communicates with you. Pay attention to signs of fatigue, stress, or emotional depletion. Don't wait until you're completely worn out to prioritize self-care. Incorporate habits like healthy eating, adequate sleep, and regular breaks into your daily routine. These seemingly simple practices are the foundation of your emotional resilience. Similarly, establish boundaries around your self-care time, just as you set limits with toxic individuals. Politely decline requests that interfere with your relaxation, or allocate specific times each day for self-care activities. Remember, prioritizing your well-being is not selfish, but essential for maintaining emotional strength. By integrating self-care into your Stoic lifestyle, you enhance your ability to handle challenges and maintain a balanced perspective. Like a well-prepared Stoic warrior, a fully charged emotional state enables you to deflect negativity more effectively and radiate positivity, thereby strengthening your defenses against toxic influences. Number 9. Build your support system. Imagine yourself as the guard at the entrance to your inner castle. Your boundaries are fortified, you've mastered the art of non-reaction, and you've minimized your exposure to toxic individuals. Yet, even the most valiant warrior needs a formidable phalanx, a group of reliable allies, to fully defend their position. Your support system functions as your Stoic phalanx, a crucial element in preserving your inner peace amid the battle against negativity. Stoic philosophers, particularly Seneca, stressed the importance of living in harmony with nature. This principle is embodied by a network of virtuous individuals who support and inspire you and share your core values. In challenging times, these individuals provide essential support and guidance. They are the ones who listen, offer wise advice, and give steadfast encouragement. A robust support system acts as a buffer against the negativity of toxic people. Interacting with such individuals can be emotionally exhausting. Having a secure space to share your experiences is invaluable. Trusted friends and family members offer a safe environment where you can discuss your feelings and frustrations. Their understanding and compassion provide crucial support, reminding you that you are not alone in your struggle. While toxic people can undermine your self-worth, a supportive network can uplift you. A strong support system acts as a counterforce, offering encouragement and reminding you of your value and strengths. Their belief in you can reinforce your resolve and reignite your inner drive, especially when negativity threatens to dampen it. Setting an example of virtue and positivity. The Stoics believed in surrounding oneself with individuals who embody the traits you aspire to develop. A network of virtuous and supportive individuals can serve as a positive role model. Observing their strength, resilience, and optimistic outlook can enhance your ability to navigate negative situations with grace. Building a robust support network is an ongoing process. To achieve this, you need to nurture existing relationships and seek out individuals who align with your values. Here are some ways to develop this supportive circle. Invest in quality time. Dedicate time to meaningful interactions with those who support you. Strengthen your connections by sharing experiences, listening to others, and engaging in mutual support. Join clubs or communities. Volunteer organizations or online communities that align with your interests and values offer excellent opportunities to meet like-minded individuals. These settings provide a natural source of encouragement and support from people who share your values. Remember, the power of showing gratitude to those who support you cannot be overstated. Acknowledge and appreciate their impact on your well-being, their presence in your life, and their unwavering support. By cultivating a strong Stoic support network, you create a powerful shield against the negativity of toxic individuals. Surrounded by positive influences, you gain strength, perspective, and renewed optimism. Even the most fortified fortress benefits from an external defense, and your support system, your trusted companions, becomes your unyielding phalanx, ensuring that your inner serenity remains secure and protected. Number 10. Don't try to fix them. The urge to heal, mend, and play the role of a therapist can be intense, especially when dealing with someone you care about who exhibits harmful behavior. However, in Stoic philosophy, this approach often leads to frustration and drains your own emotional resources. Toxic individuals, like plants choked by weeds, require their own willpower and effort for change. This transformation cannot be forced or imposed by others. Stoicism advises focusing on what you can control, your own reactions and interactions, rather than attempting to change a toxic person for several reasons. The onus of accountability. The responsibility for a toxic person's actions lies solely with them. It is up to them to consciously choose to address their negative emotions and seek a path to virtue. Assuming this responsibility for them only creates an unhealthy dynamic and prevents them from taking ownership of their own issues. Acceptance of what you can't control. A core tenet of Stoicism is accepting what lies beyond your control. This includes the actions of others, external circumstances, and the ever-changing nature of life. The negativity exhibited by a toxic person falls into this category. By accepting this fact, you free yourself from the futile effort of trying to change them. Consider your inner peace as a flourishing garden. This represents your Stoic sanctuary. toxic individuals with their negativity are like weeds threatening the growth you've nurtured. Attempting to uproot these weeds in someone else's garden is a waste of your time and energy. Focus instead on what truly matters to you, building positive relationships, nurturing your virtues, and practicing self-care. Encouraging self-reflection in others. Stoic philosophy values the effort to help others achieve virtue. If you feel a strong impulse to assist a toxic individual, you can encourage self-reflection without overstepping your bounds. Rather than attempting to dictate the course of their change, provide resources that might inspire their introspection. This could include recommending a book on effective communication, suggesting a therapist, or offering a gentle prompt to consider the impact of their actions, depending on the situation. Leading by example. One of the most powerful ways to influence others is by embodying Stoic principles in your own life. Demonstrate the transformative power of Stoic ideas through your composed demeanor, thoughtful responses, and consistent focus on virtue. Your own example serves as a beacon illustrating how Stoicism can lead to personal growth and inner peace. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, a toxic person may remain mired in negativity. In such cases, Stoicism advises setting boundaries and, if needed, withdrawing to protect your own well-being. Remember, while you cannot control their path, you have the power to choose your own. By embracing these principles, you transition from a frustrated fixer to a Stoic facilitator. You can offer support without compromising your own health and cultivate a flourishing inner garden, even if you encounter weeds in other areas. Number 11. Remember, it's not about you. Imagine a dark cloud hanging overhead, spewing out negativity and obscuring your view of the world. This is often the reality when dealing with toxic people. They create a poisonous environment by projecting their own worries, insecurities, and issues onto those around them, leading to a negative impact on others. In this context, the Stoic concept of prosoche serves as a powerful defense mechanism. Prosoche, which Stoic philosophers use, encourages us to view ourselves as intelligent observers standing outside of the emotional turmoil. By applying prosoche, we become impartial analysts of the situation, separating ourselves from the negativity and focusing on the rational aspects. Maintaining this level of detachment is crucial when interacting with toxic individuals, as their insults and negativity are rarely directed at you personally. They are instead reflections of their own inner turmoil. By utilizing Stoic detachment in the following ways, you can effectively manage their toxicity. Toxic people often deflect attention from their own inadequacies by blaming, criticizing, and being negative towards others. Through the application of prosoche, you can recognize this projection for what it is. By distancing yourself from the emotional undercurrent, you can observe their behavior with impartiality, much like a scientist studying a phenomenon. This understanding allows you to see that their negativity stems from their own internal struggles and is not a reflection of your worth or character. When you can momentarily detach yourself from the situation, you'll realize that their behavior is not a reflection of your character. It is a manifestation of their own struggles and issues. Consider the metaphor of a dark cloud. It may cast a shadow and obscure what's beneath it temporarily, but it has no impact on the brightness of the sun above. The sky remains clear and sunny, despite the cloud's temporary presence. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, reminds us that it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. This underscores the importance of focusing on your Stoic journey. While our lives may be limited, They are ample if used wisely. To avoid squandering your precious time and energy, refrain from engaging with the negativity of toxic people. Maintain emotional distance, prioritize self-care, and continue on the Stoic path that leads to a life of virtue and tranquility. Being detached is not synonymous with apathy. You can still show compassion for their difficulties without becoming entangled in their emotional turmoil. By practicing Stoic detachment, you transform yourself from a passive victim into an active observer, preserving your inner peace and emotional health. Remember, just as the sun shines brightly above the clouds, so too can you maintain your inner clarity and calm amidst external negativity. Number 12. When to walk away. Imagine seeking refuge in the tranquility of your Stoic castle of safety. You have cultivated emotional detachment, nurtured a flourishing inner garden, and fortified your boundaries with limits. Despite these efforts, the negativity from a toxic individual persists, threatening your defenses. Recognizing when it is necessary to withdraw from a situation is a crucial Stoic principle. Deciding to leave a toxic relationship, especially when it involves close family members or colleagues, can be profoundly challenging. However, prioritizing your mental health is essential. Stoicism emphasizes living a moral and rational life, and maintaining a relationship that undermines your inner peace directly contradicts these values. Therefore, Stoic philosophy aligns with the practice of removing yourself from harmful circumstances. Keeping your Stoic sanctuary safe. Your inner peace is your sacred sanctuary, cultivated through self-care, mindfulness, and Stoic practices. A toxic person's relentless negativity is akin to an ongoing siege against your fortress. To protect your emotional well-being and maintain your sanctuary, it may be necessary to distance yourself from the harmful situation. Focus on what truly matters. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, reminds us of life's precious nature with the saying, "The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately." Remaining in an unhealthy relationship squanders valuable time and energy. By stepping away from what holds you back, you create space to invest in positive relationships, meaningful pursuits, and experiences that enrich your life and support a flourishing existence. Acceptance and detachment. Acceptance of what is beyond our control is a central tenet of Stoicism, and other people's behaviors serve as a prime example of this principle. Stoicism also advocates for detachment in these situations. Choosing to walk away from a problematic scenario does not signify weakness or defeat. Instead, it represents an acceptance of circumstances that cannot be altered and a deliberate choice to detach from negative emotions. This decision is not about abandoning the individual, but rather about disengaging from the toxic dynamic that harms your well-being. Considerations before moving on. Deciding to move on from a situation is not a decision to be made lightly. Consider the following factors. Have you explored all possible options? Have you attempted communication, set boundaries, or offered resources? Is the negativity a persistent issue, or is it an isolated incident? Does the relationship significantly impact your well-being? You need not create a dramatic exit. Gradually reducing contact, politely declining invitations, or simply limiting communication can all be effective strategies. Remember that stepping away from a situation is a Stoic practice of safeguarding your inner tranquility and engaging in self-care. By prioritizing your well-being, you open up space for positive relationships and experiences to flourish, leading a life guided by reason, virtue, and peace. Number 13. Forgive yourself. Imagine you're embarking on a long journey, burdened by a heavy bag filled with hatred and anger toward a toxic individual. This weight slows you down, impeding your progress and depleting your energy. In the Stoic philosophy, forgiveness is the act of releasing one's emotional baggage, not for the benefit of the other person, but for your own sake. The Stoics emphasize the importance of accepting what is beyond our control, such as the actions of others. Holding on to hate and resentment towards someone who fosters a toxic environment falls squarely within this realm. Persistent negative emotions will only harm you, tainting your present and casting shadows on your future. Stoic principles offer a path to forgive yourself and shed the weight of negativity through the following steps. Concentrate on your inner landscape. The Stoics believed that true power lies in controlling one's own thoughts and actions, rather than external events or others' behaviors. To regain control of your inner world and cultivate serenity and emotional well-being, you must first forgive yourself and release any lingering animosity. Forgiveness in the Stoic understanding. Stoic forgiveness does not entail excusing the toxic person's behavior. Instead, it involves acknowledging their actions, accepting what has happened, and coming to terms with the fact that it is beyond your control. This allows you to move forward with a lighter heart. As the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You have power over your mind. You do not have power over events that occur outside of yourself." Embracing this wisdom empowers you to reclaim control through forgiveness. Finding a way to break the cycle of negativity. Resentment is a self-imposed prison. By holding on to it, you permit the toxic individual to continue impacting your life, even in their absence. Forgiving yourself is key to breaking this cycle, freeing you from the emotional chains of the past and allowing you to move forward unburdened. The process of forgiving oneself. Forgiving oneself is not an instantaneous process. It involves several steps to foster genuine forgiveness. Recognize your feelings. Begin by acknowledging the feelings of anger, hurt, or resentment you are experiencing. Suppressing these emotions only hinders the healing process and delays your progress. Practice self-compassion. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same empathy and understanding you would offer a friend in a similar situation. Remember, you are not only affected by the negativity of others, but also by their behavior. Extend kindness to yourself as you navigate through these emotions. Shift your perspective. Aim to view the situation objectively. Consider whether the toxic individual was acting with malice or if other factors contributed to their behavior. Adjusting your perspective can foster empathy and understanding, creating a pathway toward forgiveness. Forgiveness as a gift. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. By releasing the burden of negativity, you create space for emotional healing, personal growth, and a more fulfilling life. Visualize yourself embarking on your journey with a lighter backpack and a lighter heart, ready to embrace future adventures with renewed strength and tranquility. By applying these 13 methods, inspired by Stoic philosophical thought, you can transform from a passive victim of toxic individuals into a resilient guardian of your inner peace. Remember, a life free from negativity is a life worth striving for.